Thank you very much for tuning in. We had a real detailed discussions. We're trying to do our best to address issues in the community, bring forth information in the community, and we're just trying to make this a better community. We're doing this us thing, right? We're bringing everyone together, all walks of life, and we just doing this us thing. So we did get some questions, right? So let's look and see here. We got some questions, and if you have any other questions, if you could send them in, we're going to try to find we're going to try to answer every question that was proposed in here. So I see Ms. Bryant have a question. Where can we find a PowerPoint of the affordable housing? Okay, that's something we can definitely get that to you. I see you put your email in the chat, so that's a beautiful thing. I know that that affordable housing is a real hot topic. That's affordable housing is a real hot topic. So who else have any questions? CP, where's your truancy tracking form? That's Ibn. Who else? I see Allison have responded to a lot of people that had the questions. I want to see if I can fill the questions from the Zoom. So if we have any questions from the Zoom, hold on, let's go up here. I do see some questions in the chat. Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today. Blah blah blah. If you have any questions, we have no parking in Ward F. This is true, man. Parking is a hot topic. We're going to try to address parking in the upcoming meeting, but parking is scarce for everybody, for not just Ward F. You know, it's scarce for everybody, and that's definitely something that we're going to try to figure something out. I know at first, during the midst of this pandemic, we were allowing individuals to park into the school parking lots, but since school has somewhat resumed, that option is no longer open. But I think there is an opportunity there for the school to, one, get revenue, and for two, for the community to get some relief on some parking. So we're definitely going to be talking about parking. I saw on Palisades a property that has no, hold on, that has no parking, and it's 4 stories under construction. That is in the R zone. Is this allowed? Who talked about the R zone? Was that Chris?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring Chris back in here, as I'm not really versed on the different type of zones and things that's going on. So this gentleman or young lady, Mayor.
Okay.
I saw on Palisades a property that has no parking and is a 4-story under construction. This is in the R2D zone. Is this allowed?
So I'm gonna try to look it up right now. If we can't pull it up right this minute, we'll get back to you a little later.
Okay.
But I'm gonna try.
We definitely
We're gonna try to look into it right now.
We definitely want to look into that.
Palisade's pretty long, so I know that it doesn't cover every square inch of Palisade. So give us a couple of minutes and we'll get you an answer either live or right after we wrap up.
Okay. Definitely keeping that. Okay, we got some more comments here. I'm not really good at this daggone Zoom thing. I use that app and the police never respond. Okay. I use for drug users and noise, called them to the ladies. The lady stated, oh, well, we just came in after the holidays. You have to wait. So the app, is that the WhatsApp they was talking about? So listen, people, it's several things, right? We have to make sure we have a record of everything. So if you call the WhatsApp and you didn't receive any response, that's why I was saying those meetings with those captains are instrumental, because you will have the ability to email them. And also if you call, all of that is recording. So you can actually call for that thing too. So yeah, definitely look into that as well. Charlene said that she used the WhatsApp for some things and it wasn't rectified. Maybe we need to address how complaints are made and nothing is happening. No, you're absolutely right. That's why come on, get over here, Natalia. That's why I'm saying that we have to try to keep a track record and get things on paper. So if we're making complaints and we're just not following up and we're not, doing our due diligence as it relates to creating the paper trail and making sure this stuff on record, then it's going to be really hard for us to move forward.
Yes, and I just want to add to that. So that's why when I, it's difficult to promote something when it doesn't like work 100%.
Yeah.
Exactly. So my goal is not to like promote this app as a foolproof, thing. It's a tool that exists that when it works can be really great and successful for certain things. But I would advise you to call the non-emergency police department line, specifically, as Frank said, because it goes on the record. And what you will find, even if you do go to the community police meetings, the captain's meetings, and you bring up an issue in your neighborhood, and they will tell you, first thing they will tell you, please call the non-emergency line as often as you can, because every single time you call, it goes on their statistical record, right? And they record the number of phone calls that they receive about problematic issues, problematic, situations, streets, corners, specifically. So the more times that you call, the more chance that you will get a response. It may not happen right away because whether it's manpower, timing, or whatever, but it's in your favor to just keep calling. Don't give up. That's kind of my thing. Don't give up.
And also, man, CC the Ward F community page, so we can subsequently follow up as well, because we got to do this thing together. No one person or one entity is going to be able to do this. Parking is a hot topic, people. I understand. We're going to get to parking. I promise you, we are going to cover parking. That might be a whole segment of its own. We will post the slides because there was a lot of information disseminated, and we definitely will post the slides. But in the interest of Katie time, I'm going to unmute Katie because, okay, Katie?
I'm here.
Okay, yeah, because I really want to home in on some things as it relates to this affordable housing. So, Katie, a lot of people are asking for a lot of information. Will you be able to provide links and or phone numbers or emails or any contacts to the entities that's responsible for, one, disseminating this information?
Sure. So in terms of disseminating this information, there's mine, which is,
okay,
I can write in the chat.
That would be good.
And I would encourage you all to go to newjerseyhousing.gov because we have $10,000 down payment assistance that's on there, and mortgages. We have information about all of our programs. There's also there's all kinds of financing sources all over the place. The issue is that until very recently, Jersey City did not have kind of one source and of where this information would come from, and now they do. Gigi Kazan just moved over and they're starting up this Office of Housing Affordability, but I think it might just be her right now. It kind of happened right before COVID, and because there's Department of Community and Economic Development, but they're really just kind of a funding source, like there's not one entity that's over all of this in Jersey City. And that's part of why it's really complicated to get this out there. There's also something on our website that you'll see at the bottom of the page, or I can link it, which is the Housing Resource Center, which has, it's like Zillow or Craigslist for affordable housing. And I had mentioned to Educational that there was a law that was recently passed that's going to require all of these other towns that I was talking about to require every single apartment, whether it is in a standalone building or whether it's an inclusionary, to advertise the affordable units so you know where to find them all in one place across the whole state. The issue is that Jersey City is not required to do that. The Hudson County office makes theirs post there, but Jersey City as of today does not. So there's not one place to go to see in live real time what affordable housing units or even wait lists to sign up on. are available at any given moment in Jersey City.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's definitely good to know. Katie, I don't know if you would have the direct access or the answer to this question, but I do want to pick your brain just a little before you go on. What do we need to do to see if these individuals who receive in Section 8 housing can enter into these home choice vouchers?
How do people get the vouchers?
Yeah, no, from the there's a program that's offered through the state, I believe, where you can turn your Section 8 voucher into a homeowner's voucher. Are you familiar
Oh,
with that program?
I am familiar with that, and I don't know offhand
Okay.
Jersey City's availability of how much you can do, but what I would recommend is, so Vivian Brady Phillips, who used to work in the mayor's office and now runs the Jersey City Housing Authority, to ask that there, or I can get back to you all. I can kind of poke around and figure out exactly how you go about that in Jersey City. So yeah,
Well,
I saw someone ask me about city jobs. I work for the state. So I work for the state. I live in Jersey City, and I obviously work with the city all the time, but I don't have offhand that information.
okay, thank you. Oh, we do have one more question for you, Katie. How often do the captains have me? Oh, no, that's not your question. That's
I
not
know
your.
Natalia can answer that.
But I do want to thank you for joining us. We'll definitely be in contact with you. You have a wealth of knowledge as it relates to the intricacies and complications, and it's affordable and market rate and Section 8 and housing and all of these different type of housing subsidies. I'm still trying to figure this stuff out myself, but I do want to thank you for your time, for coming here, presenting with us, and I owe you dinner. I don't know when you're gonna get it, but I do owe you. So I either send you a rain check or we'll figure something out. But again, thank you for joining us, young lady.
I'm happy to anytime.
Okay. So people also, there's a lot of questions still coming in, right? But in the interest of time, what I want you to do is scan the page to sign up for our email so you can receive notifications where you can email questions, comments, or concerns. And like it's going to take some onus on the behalf of the community to help us, because although this is the Ward F Community Forum and we have a group of individuals that's heading it, this is, make no mistake, this is for the community and it's by the community. So collectively, this is something for all of us. So we have to make sure we're in communication with one another and sending these emails, questions, comments, concerns, and being in communication so we can make sure we address this stuff as best as we could. Chris, do you have anything? Chris, you could come close to me, Chris. Come close to me, Chris.
All right, I'll come close.
There you go.
So we just wanted to get that answer to the person who was asking about the development on Palisade. They had mentioned it was either 360 or 362 Palisade. So each of those addresses are 25 by 100s. So they don't require parking. In that R2D2 Star Wars zone, if we will, you don't have to have parking if your lot size is 50 feet or narrower. So the person didn't seem sure if it was both addresses or one of the addresses, but each of those are 25 feet wide. So they wouldn't require parking, and even if they were combined, they'd still be at 50, so they wouldn't need parking.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah, we wanted to get that answer if we could. To the
okay, that's perfect. So we just about done. Candace Johnson actually said that she works in the housing authority. Okay, that's perfect. So maybe we can reach out to Candace to get some more information on the Section 8 and homeowners and how it relates to transition in that process. See, this is why I love this platform, because we can network together to help each other.
Everyone coming together to help each
See,
other
I did
out.
that.
I think
Network
she's my
together
neighbor,
to help
actually.
each other.
I think Candace lives across the street from me.
She do?
Yeah, It's a small world.
It's a
I
small,
think so.
okay. Well, you're short.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
true.
man.
That's why it feels so.
Okay. So follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Again, send questions, comments, concerns, and we're doing this thing together. So be on the lookout for the next Ward F Community Forum meeting, people. Huh? Oh yeah, hold on. Natalia's going to answer a question as it relates to the different forms of captain meetings and when they're held. Natalia.
Hello. So the captain's meeting is a big topic, and we have 4 districts, as you know: North, East, South, and West, and they each have a commander or captain. They kind of operate differently, right? Which is it, we would like the city to kind of operate universally well in all areas and all departments. We give the East District as an example a lot because we work with them a lot and they're really responsive and they're really great. So we do use them as a model for high standard of policing, but that's not to say that other districts are not as great and don't have great officers, but these are the best practices is what we try to give examples of and what we want to kind of the entire city to elevate to. So just for starters, if you Google Jersey City Police Department or go on Jersey City government page, which is jerseycitynj.gov, and choose the Division of Police, you will see links to each of the districts. If you're not sure which police district do you live in, call the non-emergency police line that I gave you, which is 201-547-5477. Give them your address, ask them which district is responsible for your area, and ask them directly when they redirect you, when is our captain's meeting? When is the next time? Where is it? When is it? Now, before COVID, the captain's meetings would be held usually like in the vicinity or the library area of a public school, like a specific public school, depending on the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the captain would come with his entire team of community liaison officers, with his XO, which is executive officer, who helps him, and the community liaison officer, who's literally in charge of handling community issues, whatever issues you may have. And it's really great to get to know them and to maintain a relationship with them. It also gives you an idea of what type of issues happen month to month in your area. It's not just you, other people may be struggling too. And that's how you network with your neighbors as well. So that's the first thing that we'd advise you to do, but we will keep track ourselves in this post-COVID world, how different departments function and meet with the community. And first thing that we know, we will bring to you.
Yes, and also before I get out of here, I do want to say that we are committed to getting every single question answered, but we're not in the business of necessarily getting it answered and getting the answer like that. We also want to make sure that we're providing the accurate answer. So in most cases, we will typically get back to you in a week, and 2 weeks is the most, depending on the magnitude of the question, how much research and how much digging we have to do. But we do want to make sure that we're providing the most accurate and up-to-date information. So again, thank everyone for tuning in. Thank everyone for sharing. Wow, this was very good dialogue, man. I'm looking on here, and there's a lot of viewers tuned in on Facebook, Instagram, and even on the Zoom itself, several participants, man. So I'm feeling very, very, very good, if you will. So again, thank you. On that note, your brother Educational Gilmore, and I'm gone. Be great on purpose, people.